Plants appeared on Earth earlier than we may all think, altering the Earth's atmosphere and allowing animal life to evolve. The first terrestrial plants appeared around 430 million years ago during the Silurian period. There are now approximately 391,000 plant species classified as mosses, ferns, gymnosperms such as conifers, and angiosperms, the flowering plants. Plant growth and development rely on water, which is also essential for transpiration, photosynthesis, and respiration. In our surroundings, plants are almost everywhere. And have you ever noticed that the surface of the plant's leaves is wet when you go for an early morning jog? Or when you go outside early in the morning, even if it didn't rain the night before? This documentation will unravel the reason why this is happening and what factors are involved in this process called transpiration.
So what is transpiration? It is the loss of water in the form of vapors from the plant aerial parts. It is the process of removing excess water from the plant body, and it is basically the evaporation of water from the surface of the leaves.
There are two types of factors that affect the rate of transpiration. First, the cellular factors and the environmental factors. The cellular factors affecting the rate of transpirations are the orientation of leaf, the water status of the plant, structural peculiarities of the leaf, total number, and distribution of stomata in a leaf. The environmental factors affecting the rate of transpirations are light, humidity, temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind speed, or velocity.
First environmental factor, light.
The presence of light is directly proportional to the rate of transpiration. The stomata opens during the day and closes in the dark.
Second environmental factor, humidity.
The amount of water vapor present in the air at a particular time and temperatures is expressed as a percentage of the amount required for saturation at the same temperature. The rate of transpiration is inversely proportional to relative humidity. The more the relative humidity, the less is the transpirate rate.
The third environmental factor, temperature.
A high temperature lowers the relative humidity and it opens the stomata even it's in darkness. As a result, the rate of transpiration increases.
Fourth environmental factor, air.
If the air is still, the transpiration rate is low. This is because the water vapor accumulates around the transpiring organs and reduces the diffusion pressure deflation of the air. If the air is moving, the saturated air around the leaves is removed and the transpiration rate increases.
We discussed a lot of factors, didn't we? Now, let's talk about stomata. It consists of a pair of guard cells with an aperture in between. It remains open during daytime and closed at night. The reason for the opening and closing of this structure is the turgidity of the guard cells. I bet you still don't know what is the process, function, and importance of transpiration. The process of the transpiration occurs in leaves. When plant takes up liquid water from soil and release water vapor into the air from their leaves, the water and minerals are transported to various areas of the plants like xylem through transpiration pool. It promotes cell division and preserves the turgidity of the cells. The process of transpiration is important to the plants since it keeps the cell turgid, cools the surface of the leaves, and helps the movement of minerals from the soil to different parts of the plant. It is also important since the plant transpiration provides evaporative cooling, forming a major component of the leaf energy balance. Transpiration provides the driving force for transport of water and nutrients from roots to shoots.
Now that we know the process, function, and importance of transpiration, let's talk about the types of transpiration: stomatal transpiration, lenticular transpiration, and cuticular transpiration. Stomatal transpiration is the evaporation of the water from the stomata of the plants. The water near the surface of the leaves changes into vapor and evaporate when the stomata are open. They account for around 80 to 90 of the total water lost from the plants. For the example, are tiny opening or pores in the plant tissue that allows gas exchange. Second, specialized cell no, a guard cell surrounds stomata and function to open and close pores. Next is the lenticular transpiration. The lenticular transpiration is the loss of water that takes place through lenticulus, which are the small minute or pores present on the stem or many woody plants. An example for this is the trees having huge trunks and stem have a large lenticles to exchange the gases and lost the water in the form of water vapor. The last type of transpiration is the cuticular transpiration. The cuticular transpiration, it is the evaporation of the water from the cuticle of the plants. Is a waxy covering on the surface of the leaves of the plants. The transpiration of gases or vapor directly through the external membranes. An example for this is that during dry condition when the stomata are closed. More water is that transpired through the cuticles.
Now that we all know the different types of transpiration, let's talk about its own advantages and disadvantages. First, transpiration helps in the development of the plant body. Second, it helps in the absorption and distribution of water and mineral salts in plants. Third, it provides coolness to the plant body. Fourth, transpiration exerts a pull on the xylem, which results in the ascent of sap. Fifth, transpiration helps in the passive absorption of water and in the translocation of minerals.
These are the disadvantages of transpiration. First, its wealthing or loss of turgidity is a quite common during noon due to transpiration being higher than the rate water absorption. Wealthing reduces photosynthesis and other metabolic activities. Second, it also reduces growth of the ability of water inside the plants. Third, transpiration decreases water in young cells. It reduces growth of plants. Fourth, transpiration reduces growth of seeds and fruits. Fifth, excessive transpiration produces growth inhibitors such as abscisic acid.
In animals, nutrients circulate throughout the body using the bloodstream, while in plants, a network of fibers and tissues called the vascular system carries out that work. The vascular system comprises of two main types of tissues. This is what we call as the xylem and the phloem. Xylem distributes water and dissolves minerals upward through the plants, from the roots to the leaves, and meanwhile, the phloem carries the food downward from the leaves to the roots.
How is xylem involved in transpiration?
As transpiration occurs, it deepens the meniscus of water in the leaf, creating a negative pressure, or also called as tension or suction. The tension created by transpiration pulls water in the plant xylem, drawing the water upward in much the same way that you draw water upward when you suck on a straw.
A future with more forests is the key to the resilience of our planet.